Hi, hola Alejandro, ¿qué tal? How are you?
Hey Stephanie, todo bien, all good.
It's great to see you. Um, let's just dive right in. Tell me what you've been up to in the past few years since we saw you.
Hmm. Well, great seeing you again too. I've been since saw each other for the last time. I've been working a lot, writing mainly, with new movies on the way, projects, but mainly that, and still traveling a lot from place to place. I spent some time in the U.S. I spent some time in Berlin, back in Bolivia, and now back in Madrid.
Okay, great. You know, when I first met you, we met in Madrid. You were finishing up your master's degree there, I think. And I believe you decided to stay there. Are you living there full time? Tell me what the status of who you are and where you live these days. Where do you call home?
Well, it's difficult to say. Home, I think it's always going to be Bolivia, but I'm living here now. I'm trying to make this my new home, but I still have to do both. So I'm going back and forth still, and yeah.
I mean, I remember you saying something like you always felt your stories would be set in Bolivia, or that you always wanted to return home to make films in Bolivia. Um, are you working on anything new that you're gonna shoot there that you can tell us about, or?
Yes, I am working on something new that I am going to shoot there, hopefully very soon. It's set in the other side of the country, or on the other side of the country in the Amazon forest. So I'm very excited, and we're still gathering the budgeting, the whole finance, and hopefully it's gonna happen either by the end of the year or April next year.
Cool, congrats. I can't wait to see whatever you do
Yeah.
next. I'm sure it'll be fabulous. So tell me, how is your family? How's Marcos and Santiago and your lovely mother, Anna Maria? How is everybody doing?
Well, luckily everyone's doing great. My youngest brother finally came back to live in Bolivia. He spent many years away, first in Germany, then in the US, in Washington, and now he's living back in Bolivia. Santiago is also in Bolivia, and we are preparing my father's next future film, which we're gonna shoot pretty soon in August. And my mother is doing great. She's now, I wouldn't say retired because she's still quite young, but she left her job in at the school at the where she was the principal. It was too stressful. It's a risky profession these days, being a teacher. So now she has more time for herself. He's doing some travels and she's doing perfectly fine, luckily.
That's great. Can you give us a hint on what your father's new film is about?
Yes, of course. Um, my father he draws a lot. He's like a drawer. Besides a filmmaker, he does this amazing uh, yeah, drawings. So this film I would say is his most personal one, and it's the life of a painter, not a drawer, but almost there, who after a long time away from home is returning. After 30 years, he left first because of the dictatorships, and then he decided to stay away. And now he's coming back, and he meets again with the past and with everything, and he has to solve the past. So he has in. I'm not good at pitching, and I'm worse at pitching someone else's project. But yeah, that's what it is about.
And what's your role going to be on the film shoot?
I'm not gonna be in the shoot itself. I'm gonna be helping my brother in production, in whatever he needs for production. So my role is basically production. Yeah.
Are you still DPing things? Are you still doing still photography too?
Still photography, yes, always, all the time. I carry my camera wherever I go, or my cameras, sometimes a 35 and a digital one. I haven't been doing cinematography. I mean, I haven't been director of photography since I think the last one I did was 2023. So yeah, I did, but it was documentary. But still, that was the last time I had a camera in my hands as a cinematographer.
Now, for many of the filmmakers in season one, we visited them like upwards of 6 years ago. You, I think we visited in 2022, maybe, right? An end of 2022. Uh,
Yeah.
so not as long ago, but still a few years have gone by. Um, has anything changed significantly in your life? And also, I'm always curious how the country has maybe changed, if at all, in those interim years.
Oh, the country, that's a long story. It's going through a lot of changes. We have elections this year in August, and the scenario has changed radically. We are in a very difficult crisis right now, economic crisis, moral crisis, or you name it, whatever crisis you, culture crisis, environmental crisis. So it's not a, these are not easy times for Bolivia, but in a way, I think we're heading into a good place after this. You know, after any, I mean, to arrive, it's like in a movie, to arrive to the ending you need, or you have to go through the storm. And I think we're in the middle of the storm right now. But I'm very hopeful about the near future. And in my life, I mean, it hasn't changed a lot. I had no big changes. I have been writing a lot, doing, I mean, I think when we saw each other in 2022, I already had the project I am working right now. Um, I have new projects since then, and since it has been a long time, I mean, I have a lot of projects, but I need to work on them right now. I mean, in order to make them real.
Is that tattoo new?
Oh yeah, that's new. This is new. I
What is
mean,
it? Let me see. Oh,
this is
the mountains. What does it say?
yeah. It says La Montaña.
Ah, okay. And what's the other one?
The other one is a jaguar.
Wow. Okay, tell me the story behind those.
That's new in my life. Since I have no big changes in tattoos. Yeah, no, no big story. This is for La Paz mainly, and this is for the Amazon. And no big particular reason behind them.
Um, I wanted to ask you about the Amazon. How are things going there socially, politically, environmentally? Um, I know that was one of your big concerns and topics. Obviously, you're about to do a film there as well. What's
Yeah.
happening there?
Well, it's that's really concerning and not with a bright future. I mean, I'm not that optimistic about the Amazon, same as, I mean, yeah, it's difficult to be optimistic, but I think there's a growing interest about what is happening there. And since it's something our species depends on, I hope that soon the interest grows. But right now, I mean, it's a rich territory and you can find whatever you need there. So greed is making its way. And it's concerning because a lot of illegal business around are happening in the Amazon, not only the Bolivian Amazon, of course, in Peru, in Brazil, in Colombia, Venezuela. But at the same time, a lot of the resistance is growing. So let's see. I mean, not easy times, but hopefully something good comes out of all that pain.
let's dive into the actual episode. I always like to ask because we're all directors and most of us hate being on camera. At least I do, believe it or not. Tell me what was your experience like to be on the other side of the camera, to be filmed, to be the subject of a film, and then later to see yourself on screen in the episode.
Well, I do hate being in front of the camera. I don't like it. So I don't know. I mean, it was also since it was already 3 years ago. Uh, yeah, it was interesting to see myself that in that time, and I think it's gonna be interesting to see it when 20 years are gone. Or I mean, that's gonna be interesting. And I think what I like the most about the chapter is the way you tell the story of Bolivia and Bolivian cinema. That was really, really nice to see. Yeah.
Yeah, and Bolivia has such a rich history of cinema that I think many people outside of Latin America and even Bolivia don't know much about. And I just really got swept away in it when I was researching about it and learning about it both before meeting you and since then. In my first cut of the episode, which you didn't even see you saw the director's cut, but you didn't see my longer director's cut, which has I was able to put a lot more of the history in that. And it's really too bad that so much gets cut out, even though we fit a lot in. Um, for instance, Chuquiagua, I say the name of the film wrong, so you'll have to say it for me,
Yeah.
but Chuquiagua, which was one of your favorite Bolivian films, and I believe the director was kind of a mentor to you or an inspiration to you. I had to cut that whole section out because I actually, in an earlier cut, had a whole section about Chuquiaga and the influence on you and in Bolivian cinema, and it's just too bad because you can only fit so much into a TV time slot. Um, but I do encourage people, if they're listening out there, to go and dive deeper into the cinema of Bolivia because it's a very rich tapestry, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's difficult to the chapter is how long? How long is
Well,
the chapter?
for I believe I initially sent you the longer one of the director's cut, which I hope to release as well. And that cut is probably 34 minutes, the longer director's cut. Now, the cut I'm referring to, that was my first long director's cut, was like 50 minutes. But what I settled on the true director's cut, if we release that one day, is about 34 minutes. But the public TV cut has to be no longer than 27 minutes and 46 seconds, including
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
including the
impossible.
outros.
Yeah, impossible to have all Bolivian history, cinema history, and the interview. I mean, it's impossible. But as you said, it would be nice if people is interested to dive deeper into Bolivian cinema. We don't have many researchers either, so it's not that easy to find. So I think you did an amazing job there.
Thank
Mm.
you. Yeah, it was great fun. And do you have any specific memories from the time we came and shot with you? You were uniquely quite busy when we were filming you, so we didn't have a lot of downtime together, but
Yeah.
do you have any special memories from the sh time we were there and filming with
Well,
you?
it was really a crazy year. I mean, that year was it passed away like this because I was busy all the time and going from one place to another, like crossing the ocean and from US to Spain and back to France, and then it was crazy. It was really nice and crazy, but I think you were with me in one of the most precious moments of 2022, which was the release of Utama in the region we shot it. So that whole trip was for me really beautiful. Um, I think I haven't been there again. No, I haven't. So it's been a long time. Yeah, that was really nice. I mean, the premiere there with the screen we took and the sound. I mean, it was just beautiful.
It was really special for me to experience that with you. It was a very unique episode in the sense that we actually got to be with you at your both your Bolivia premiere in La Paz in the big multi-cinema, which was exciting. It was a big red carpet affair. Um, and even more special was that premiere in Chuvica where you got to show it to the local community that where you shot it. And it was so special to see to be a part of that and just even as a fly on the wall, but to experience the community's reaction to the film and their love for their community and for the story in the film as well. It just was a very special moment in our 33andMe journey and our Cinema Nomad journey. So I
And
thank you for letting us come be a part of that as well. And we really
that
got
was a great coincidence. Yeah.
and we really got to see you like in your, in your element, which was great. Um, we and actually Tiz and I were talking about this the other day because we I remember discussing with you when we should come because we like kept postponing when we would come and you didn't know when you were going to be in Bolivia and there was like you were planning the premiere for the future and we were going to come earlier and we had a choice. You had like two windows and it was like either come now or wait till September when I do this premiere. And we really weighed it because we also said, well, it'd be amazing to film the premiere and all that, but we won't get to know you as well. You'll be so busy that you won't have the same like intimacy that we have with other filmmakers when we really get to spend day to day with them. But
Mhm.
still, we chose to wait and do the premiere, and we took that risk. And we were both saying, "Wow, that was like such a the right choice," because the episode turned out amazing. But even more so, even though you were incredibly busy, you still gave us the time of day, and you still, treated me like family, like friend, and I still felt like I got to know you, even though we had less one-on-one time together as I'd like. We still got to know you really well, and that day that we did your interview at your home and we had lunch with your family and then we got to interview your father and brother. It was just all really special that you took the time even though you were that crazy busy. Um
Yeah, it was really special days, and I am also grateful that you were there because I mean, it's the only you had cameras for that special moment. It's really with no, it's one of the best moments in my life. So, and it's recorded thanks to you. So amazing.
Yay. Um anything else you want to throw out there or add or talk about that we didn't mention?
No, I think we're good. I mean, just congratulations again on the amazing job, and I hope. I mean, I'm really looking forward to watching all the episodes.
Excellent. Thank you, Alejandro, for taking the time. I'm gonna say adios, but I'm gonna pause the recording and we can chat a little.